It's so
during this.
different over there, man.
Yeah.
And like state by state too. Like I always make a joke that it's not a USA, it's a DSA, Divided States of America.
Every state's different.
Every state's so different. You'll be like a law-abiding citizen in Tennessee, and then you cross a border, and now
Yeah, play that back.
So, are you originally from America?
No, I was born in New Zealand, but I grew up in California, and then I came here in 2010. So it's just like, man, honestly, like people are like, so what's home to you? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
home is
very
where the heart is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of memories like growing up. My childhood was, in California, but going into my adulthood was Sydney. So it's like, it's like half-half.
2010. Fuck.
So you lived in Cali.
Pretty much from 2010. So I was born in New Zealand, and then because of my grandma and stuff, all lived over there.
Yeah.
So on my mom's side, and then we went over there 2000, and we just stayed there like till 2010, and then came here, finished off high school, and so now it's just back and forth. Well, not right now with the whole COVID thing, but
What's your take on Cali right now? Like,
are we talking?
It's fallen to shit, dude.
In regards to like
just
everything going on.
Just everything going on. Like we were talking about something that we saw this morning, like another protest where someone was driving through and then freaking they start getting attacked just because they're driving on a road, and then they get pulled over for speeding.
Bro,
it's like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't know that story, but that shit happens. Like, it's just a lot of things you see that happens over there, and you're like confused. Like, what? You know?
Yeah.
Just that. Like, what? Like that blank face you just has. Like,
yeah.
But nah, man. Like, it's crazy over there. Like, I talk to my family like every day.
Because whereabouts in there? I live in Cali.
So everyone's like, I got family up north and down south. So majority of my family from Long Beach and Anaheim.
Oh yeah.
So I stayed in Long Beach and Anaheim. So yeah, I talked to a lot of them, and they're just like, I ask them like, how's everything going on? Like how's all the stuff going on over there? And my cousin just said, shout out to my cousin Jeff. If you're watching this, bro, he's like, it's a shithole. It's a shithole. We're at the end of days or some shit like that.
It is like everyone you seem to speak to is like, if they have enough money, they're like, I'm getting the fuck out of Cali.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I speak to a few guys who are like business owners and they're all successful, and their stories are like walking past homeless people. And I go to him, I'm like, what's it like? Honestly, it's like it's a fucking world war.
Yeah,
here.
man.
And I'm
that's
like,
exactly what
he's
my
like,
cousin said too. The war is about to break out, like in a jokingly way, but still in a serious way. Like
they've lost their way. Like there's so many,
especially with the election coming up too.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is though, like leading into election, I feel like there's always huge dramas, but like, and it always really comes to a point when it's leading to that. But it's just that also what I've been seeing, and like, this is just stuff I'm hearing, third hand from other people talking about it. It's like they're so blasé with the homeless people. You've got these multi-million-dollar houses that now it's like people are just setting up their tents in front of the houses, like, and if you go get the fuck off because it's a public street, you're not allowed to tell these homeless people to leave the street. But so you got these like $5 million houses with tents just along the street.
Shit.
That's how it is, bro. I've seen that shit too, man.
It's
Because I was
fucked
there. Last time I was there was last year. I was there last year, and bro, this was before the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
And it was full on, man. Like seeing a whole change from when I used to live there to last year. I was like, and I was there the year before. It's just a change every time I went, and it kind of like I love it there. I still like that's kind of home to me, but I'm glad to be living in Sydney. Like, there's a lot of Americans in Sydney now. Yeah. Oh, in Australia in general. And the ones I speak to, I ask them like, "What's your thoughts? Like, do you agree that it was a good move?" And they're like, "Yeah, bro, like 100%." And some of them say, "No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to move back." They'll go visit, but yeah, man, I'm glad to be over here right now, especially
it's
during
so
this
different
time.
over there, man.
Yeah.
And like state by state too. Like I always make a joke that it's not a USA, it's a DSA, Divided States of America.
Every state's different.
Every state's so different. You'll be like a law-abiding citizen in Tennessee, and then you cross a border, and now you're illegal. Like you're breaking the law in five different
every
ways.
state's got their own culture.
Yeah,
like their own culture. Everything. Every state's like literally different in many ways.
Because it's crazy. Like I was telling this to everyone. Like Stacy's parents in West Virginia, they live like 5 minutes away from the Ohio border.
Yeah,
and you're allowed to have what do you call it? Like a radar gun, like to tell where there's cops
Okay.
on the road. You're allowed to have that in West Virginia. Then if they
What?
drive, then if they drive
That's hectic.
across the border,
Damn,
if they
can
drive
you do that
across the
here?
border, so five minutes away from the house in Ohio, and then he has to hide it because it's now illegal.
Wow.
You know,
What?
and same as like everything. Like I mean, the guns, like that's
Yeah.
state by state. Like you can be fully
Yeah,
legal,
bro.
and then all of a sudden now you're illegal. It's such
It's
a
full on.
weird thing.
It is so
and the
full on.
taxes,
Yeah.
dude. California is like
So,
13% state
dude,
tax.
so, like-
you move to Florida, it's 0%. So
Bro,
you can
like-
make an extra 13% in your pocket just by
Dude,
changing
it's
states.
like a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people like, that they would hold a lot of their like money and stuff and other, have shit placed around different states because of the whole
Yeah.
tax like situation.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Well, that's what
Sorry
we're trying
for
to
swearing.
investigate now.
I swear.
I swear. That's what we're
Swear
trying to
away.
investigate now because Stacey's American.
Yeah, I
as
heard.
we know.
I was gonna ask like, hey, what state?
West Virginia.
We got West Virginia building. What is good? Shout out West Virginia.
West Virginia. But so we're looking to move over there, but it's like, shit, where do we move? And the same thing, it's like, well, do I set up a business in Delaware?
Yeah.
And then we live in Florida, but also have a house in Texas because that's where we want to live as well. Because personally, I can have my tax in Florida and that's 0%. So like, say you're earning 200 grand a year. If I live in California versus Florida, that's 26 grand a year difference in my pocket by living in Florida.
It's just
That's $500
bro,
a
you gotta
week.
You gotta finesse it now.
100%.
Finesse it now. Like
It-
with how the economy is right now, you gotta finesse this shit and definitely, place your shit elsewhere. And
Yeah.
'cause you lose a lot of money, man. Like depending on where you're doing shit. So
Yeah. Well, she's getting double taxed now. Guys, please make sure to subscribe because if you don't, his brain continues to be empty and we need to fill it up so that he can make some good beats.
So many things.
Great beats. See you guys soon.
What is this? What is this?
oh my god.
What is this? Okay.
It's just a juicy beat.